Hypothesis: an expedition to an ancient installation in Antarctica will help in the fight against reptilians, Michael Salla claims. There is a belief that since 1939, the U.S. has been negotiating with the so-called Greys. There's also claims that these negotiations have been going on since the 18th century. Well-known Australian researcher Michael Salla is convinced there's a direct connection between this event and the mass disappearance of people in Puerto Rico. Since the middle of the 20th century, more than 30,000 have disappeared there without a trace, and given that today the number is no more than 3.3 million people, this figure looks frightening. But that's not all. Michael Salla collected the testimonies of those who returned after a sudden disappearance, and it turned out that in 80% of the cases they were abducted by gray aliens, they claimed. From their stories, the researcher concluded that the aliens take biomaterial for any purpose, and in addition, off the coast of Puerto Rico there is an increased activity of UFOs flying out of the water. According to the Australian, in the water column there is a base of aliens, an alien base, and secret American units where they take people in for supposed research. And we can assume that all these rumors are unfounded, though. In Puerto Rico since 2016, 6 large-scale demonstrations have already been held due to the helplessness of authorities in helping find missing relatives. In 2016, an attempt was made on the head of the army. No one was hurt, but the accused said that politicians and military are closely connected with the action of gray aliens. And the scientists believe that, the researcher believed that in other countries where the U.S. Army was rampaging, grays under their guise of military operations took people away. But according to an Australian, in the near future, the oppression of humanity will subside along with the fall of American primacy, he said. He also published data on the implementation of a secret expedition to a cave in Antarctica. Enlightened people from China, Japan, India, Russia, Iran, and Israel took part in it, and thanks to their energy, a large intergalactic ship was activated, which had been waiting for its awakening all these years. This is not only a UFO, but also an ancient installation that will allow you to resist not only grays, but also black Drago reptilians who also rampage on Earth, they claim. It would seem that it's impossible to believe, but in addition to these theories, several other like-minded people wrote about these events: Cohen, Weber, Dean, and Icke. And later, the latter is also convinced that now there is some kind of a conflict for our Earth, for them to possess our Earth, not only in our physical world, but also at other dimensions. Not only the evil forces in the form of reptilians in the shadow governments became more active, he claims, but also the ancient gods, quote unquote. It's important for humanity to understand whose side it will choose now, evil and greed, or goodness and justice. It's to this that experts come to these conclusions. Please leave your comments about this, and thank you for your support. And this is on Soul Ask. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.